Top 5 dead or alive, the broader stages like WrestleMania, all in and all out. NXT takeover, what the business about? Putting fans in the stands and the millions at home. Like The Rock versus Stone Cold, we're stealing the show. Wrestle Fandom Radio and Disruption Network with Dippin' Donuts. ICW, we make fanatics flipping donuts. Every time we're live at local shows and it's a bonus. We're family friendly, all the growing ups and kids condone us. We're dedicated to bringing you all the top news. Ain't no dirt sheet, this ain't rhetoric, we do not snooze. No speculation, we're just bringing them facts. Ain't no storyline of fiction when I spit on these tracks. It's Wrestle Fandom Network, Wrestle Fandom Radio. Every week's an episode, hoping we're your favorite show. Hear about your favorite pro, what's the scoop from backstage? Hear us on the podcast and go and view our fan page. Disruption Network, Wrestle Fandom Radio. Every week's an episode, hoping we're your favorite show. Hear about your favorite pro, what's the scoop from backstage? Hear us on the podcast and go and view our fan page. Disruption Network, Wrestle Fandom Radio. Every week's an episode, hoping we're your favorite show. Hear about your favorite pro, what's the scoop from backstage? Hear us on the podcast and go and view our fan page.
And now we should be able to be heard perfect. The main one was...
The main one was off?
Yeah, let me see. What? Okay, he said good. All right.
Okay.
So this is Wrestle Fandom Radio. It's your boy, Joseph Stone.
At least it wasn't the whole show.
No.
All right. And what we covered when nobody could hear us.
Maria called as soon as the show started. She giggled a little bit. Garrett's not here.
Nope. He's on an enchanted journey in a forest.
That's what he told us.
Yep.
And essentially, it's the third week in a row Garrett hasn't shown up. He ran his mouth about a lot of people at ICW.
Yep.
Now he's not showing up to the shows. He's not doing the podcast.
I think he's scared.
I think he's yellow.
I think he's
a yellow belly little pussy.
Yeah. He's a troll of sorts. He's like, hey, I won't say it in front of them or on the podcast, but over here, and then
right. It is what it is, man. Like,
there's a super kick waiting for him. We all know this.
Right. And I'm not going to be one to take the super kick for him. That is him. No. His mouth is writing checks that his ass can't cash.
Exactly. Do you want to cover sponsors real quick?
Well, I think with the sponsors, we'll just go right. When we play the commercials, we'll just
Right on.
do it like that. But I know you wanted to talk about the upcoming. So we got a little bit more than a week now, week and a half, till ICW at the Nexus Center.
This is immortal.
Their first pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Me and Todd will be there. We'll have a merch table there. Todd, you want to talk about the card so far?
So far, it is shaping up to be an amazing show. Dirty Dango returns, makes his triumphant return to ICW.
The former ICW heavyweight
to
champion.
Hopefully
Regain it.
slap the shit out of Shane Stetson.
You know what? I feel like Shane's needed it for quite a while. After everything he's done to Chip, it's
and after, that match, unfortunately I wasn't there, but the pictures I've seen and the videos, that was an insane match, which ended with Shane winning and Chip retiring from in-ring performing. So hopefully Mr. Dango will put this young boy in his place.
I hope so, because turds need to be flushed.
It's true. It's very true. There's also going to be the first ever 16 Stone Cup.
Ooh.
Right.
I'd like a cup of beer.
Oh, yeah. Right now, they've only announced a couple entrances. Chris Jackson and Jeff Nova.
Nice.
Plus, what else do we got here? Vince Valor will be defending his title against Jorah Jal.
That should be interesting.
That's going to be a killer match. We got a little three-way match.
What kind of three-way?
Not that kind.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Sean Carr.
Okay.
Colin Delaney.
Ooh.
And the real one, also known as
Enzo Amore.
So that's going to be, the realest guy in the room is going to be there.
I don't know if you know this about him, but he is not SAWFT soft.
He is not at all 100%.
I'm kind of excited to meet him.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's going to be.
Like I'll be honest with you. Like there have been a lot of good talkers in WWE's long history, but there has been nobody.
No, that could do it. No,
do the mic like he can.
No, people. There were ones that have that ability, but he had something just a little bit different.
Right.
And it was always entertaining. He always had something different to say. What else? Garrett Holiday is going to be defending his championship.
Because Garrett Plunkett's a bitch and won't show up to the show.
Exactly. Against Cheeseburger from
I love that
Ring
name.
of Honor.
Ring of Honor. I love that name. Like
yeah, oh no, that is a great name. And it'd be funnier if he came out like as the
Hamburglar.
Yeah. And then there will be a three-way
Go on.
tag team battle for the titles, who is currently held by Ben and Blaze, the Sons of Allah. I know Blaze, your best friend.
Yeah.
They are going to be going against Power Supply.
Let's go.
And Edge of Hope.
Ooh.
Which obviously from a couple shows ago, Matic is no longer Sensei Matic. Beat the crap out of Garrett, our Garrett, with Saren.
Well, we'll say the show's Garrett.
The show's Garrett.
Because I'm not laying claim to somebody who is.
Oh, yeah, that's talking. Yeah,
hiding.
that's true. So, yeah, and they haven't announced who her opponent is yet, but Kayla Sparks will be in action.
That's what I'm talking about.
And special guest GM for the night.
Ooh.
Mr. Teddy Long, player.
Player.
So that's going to be interesting to see what matches he decides to make that night. And there was something else that has gone on as well. Oh, sorry.
Me and Todd got married.
Richie, yes. Richie the Madman, our current Disruption.
Hardcore, undisputed champion.
will also be part of the 16 Stone Cup as well. But something did go on. Two different things went on.
Oh.
So at some point, some of these wrestlers thought, hey, Adam Stone, the 24/7 champ, he just strolled into the bathroom there. Ooh. Let's get him. There's video up on ICW's, Facebook.
We'll share that link.
Yeah. So, they thought, hey, let's gang up on him. The numbers game, right?
Right.
They walk in only to be thwarted by the one and only, the King of Utica.
No.
Mr. Coffin.
Coffin's back?
Coffin's back. He had Adam Stone's back on that one. Almost like I don't want to say hired gun per se, because I know that's a term used. But so kind of protected him. Unfortunately, though. Not unfortunate for one, but for Adam, Brother Jonas showed up at Holland Patton at 16 Stone Brewery. Mm-hmm. Wanted a tour. I talked to Adam about it before. Yeah. Calls him Stoner, Adam Stoner, which I think's hilarious. Adam, as a gentleman as he is, okay, I'll show you around. Shows him around. Now, Brother Jonas offers him a gummy. It's not too bad. Well, I think it was a little too much for Mr. Stone to handle.
Ooh, so Adam Stoner was...
Yep. Then I think he thought he was hallucinating because all of a sudden Sideburns was there. And then we had a new 24/7 champion. Brother Jonas rolls him up. He takes advantage of the mindset, I guess, if you will, of Adam Stone. And they have a new 24/7 champion in Brother Jonas.
Wow.
So that is pretty much...
Wow, this guy... Look how much Brother Jonas has just been taking ICW by storm. And just He made his debut, and now he's
just crushing, yeah. So we'll see. I know Adam is, going to be going for the tag team. But obviously there's going to be a little bit of whatever. It was, the 24/7 belt is never, I'll say, a clean win per se, because it's always a kind of come from behind,
Yeah.
But, man, now you're drugging people? So we'll see what...
You can't prove that. And... Adam Stone did take the gummy willingly, correct?
Kinda. I mean, it was a little, it wasn't just he tried to turn it down at first. There's a little bit of a peer pressure going on there. We were all told to resist that. Right. Dare. The biggest failed program in the world. But anyway. At this point in time, and I think, Reagan. Yeah, right. And I also think Becca, if I'm correct, will be in action as well.
Oh,
that
Becca
night.
And Kayla in the same building.
I'm hoping for a rematch, because Kayla deserves it.
100%. And I think this is a perfect, since we were talking about Adam, we'll go into our first commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Come visit 16 Stone with 2 locations, the original in Holland Patton and the second location in Utica, with handcrafted beer and seltzers, 50-cent wings on Wednesdays in the Utica location, wine and whiskey club every Wednesday. Check out their full brewpub menu on their website, Facebook, and Instagram. Protein shakes also available at the Utica location. Come visit 16 Stone.
Now, is it just me, or does Garrett sound like he's going to ask me to put the lotion in the bucket during that promo?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what he's doing right now.
And just touching briefly, I'm pretty sure front row seats have sold out for that event.
Yep. I went online and looked at it. The front row seats are sold out. Just general admission. No.
When we had Mike King on, he was talking about how there is the boxes you can get, which... Yep. Gets you, a really cool view. You can hang out. Some wrestlers going to pop through and everything.
Maybe some podcasters.
Will show up because we sexy. You had to think about that?
No, I was actually admiring
the sexiness is going to be there.
I was admiring us in the in the monitor.
But yeah, get your tickets. Off the top of my head, unfortunately, I can't tell you the website, but I know you can go to ICW's Facebook page, their website. You can get it from there.
Through there.
I'm assuming if you probably go to the Nexus Center's website, you can find them on there.
And actually, I can show you guys. I made a mock-up of Todd's press pass.
It's true.
I thought it turned out very well.
It looks beautiful. I'm excited for it. We're going to feel even cooler. And I do want to do what I said I was going to in the group chat and walk around.
There is potentially Todd's.
All access media. But I'm going to Wayne's World that.
But we will be there. And
Yep, it's going to be a great time. Don't sleep on this one. Don't miss out on this one because.
And if you can't make it buy the pay-per-view. Buy the pay-per-view.
It's going to be on Premiere. Shoot, I can't remember. I feel like a turd.
Well, you got 3 T's to.
That's true. That's very true.
Turdy Terrible Todd.
Come on now. We don't got to keep doing this.
Well,
Pat Sawyer is also going to be in the 16 Stone
right.
Cup match as well. Darn it. Well, moving on. I'll find it and I'll.
Complex says he will be buying the pay-per-view because he's not able to. It's Purple Pass, he says.
No, Purple Pass is not the ticket. It's because it's through like the Nexus Center and stuff.
It's through the Nexus Center complex. Purple Pass is what's been in the past.
And yeah, and it's going to be on the Premier streaming network, which I'm pretty sure is home to a lot of the independent wrestling pay-per-views and such. So it's a very well-established network. And I don't know the price on it, but I can't imagine that it is, it's not it's not an AEW pay-per-view price, which they are just ridiculous.
Or for you old people like me and Todd out there, the old WWE pay-per-view.
WrestleMania was like 60 or 70 bucks back in the 90s.
They were like 50, and then they went up to like it became like 60 with taxes and everything, and then
it seemed like the normal ones were like 50, and then like Rumble,
Big Four,
and like Survivor Series, SummerSlam, and WrestleMania were all like $60, and that was like in the 90s. That was a lot. Not that it's not a lot of money, but that was more money back then.
Oh yeah.
So Mr. Joe is going to be at SummerSlam.
I will be at SummerSlam.
I'm going to be looking for you. I want an actual picture though. You sent a picture, but
I'll send you a picture of where I am.
Yeah, because I want to be able to look around to see if there's, things I need, like certain people or signs I can look for to place you.
Yeah, but like I'm going.
That's awesome, man.
And believe it or not, I've only been to one WWE event in my whole life. And it was the house show at Utica when Logan was like 4.
Oh, you've never been to like a Raw or anything?
No. So I've been to AEW.
Right.
But I've never been to WWE. And to have my first real televised event to be one of the biggest
pay-per-views, yeah.
Yeah, it's...
And there's a ton of great matches.
And, there's a ton of rumors that me and Todd are going to get into. But before we do that, we are going to go into one more commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need some screen printing done? How about some vinyl work? Don't worry, we got you covered. Head on down to Seasonal Sports on University Boulevard in Whitesboro for all your vinyl and screen printing needs. Seasonal Sports, University Boulevard, Whitesboro. Hit up Fred if you need anything done.
Yeah, definitely. The man does
impeccable,
phenomenally high quality work. I mean, it's just everything he does. Not even, that was just touching the surface of it. I mean, he does like laser engraving and coffee mugs, and he does these like cool flashlights.
He will touch your surface too if you pay more.
Yes. Oh, well, yeah.
I found that out.
Who doesn't? I mean,
I don't know. There's a lot of blonde in my beard with this lighting.
It's true.
Because it's really actually not as dark as yours, but it's more.
See, mine is starting to turn white though, so it's. Anyway.
So SummerSlam.
SummerSlam is going to be great. Do you have the card?
I have it right in front of me.
Perfect. Right. The one big question is, what the fuck is this battle royal for?
So, okay, I'm going to go through all the card except for the Roman match, and then we'll talk about all the rumors and everything about that. But we have, and this is one I'm excited for because this will be the first time for me personally that to be able to see a star perform in 2 separate of the big 2. Cody versus Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
I saw Cody at the Brody Lee show in Rochester when I went, and now to see him back in WWE. When I first got the SummerSlam tickets, I really hoped that it would be for me seeing Cody win. But that's not what it looks like because they extended the Cody and Brock Lesnar. And I'm here to eat popcorn.
So I heard a rumor possible about an involvement in that match.
Go on.
Or an involvement with Cody Rhodes. And I personally think if this comes true, I think these two could put on a very good program for a good amount of time. The rumor has been circling around now that Bray Wyatt's supposed to come back.
I have heard that.
I've heard rumor that he's supposed to get involved with Cody.
Let's do it.
I think, you know what, the LA Knight thing, I don't even if Bray stayed and whatever this illness he ended up having or sickness or whatever, blah, 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 I don't feel like that would have been the right program for either of them. They are too, and this sounds stupid in a way, but they're too different. Now, yes, generally wrestlers you put together are different, but it didn't match up.
It's two gimmicks that don't gel. Bray always works with his gimmick always works well with more of like the straight-laced wrestler.
Cody Rhodes,
who
is
like
a
Randy Orton,
yes, not serious but serious.
Yes,
they're not coming out. They're not a Riddle who now is getting no longer pushes for anything because of all the crap that keeps going on in his personal life. But that's another story. Yep,
he's got a sex tape.
But it is, Cody Rhodes and him, they're perfect. They could feed off of each other so well, in my opinion, and run a perfect program.
Cody has been one of my favorites now ever since he left WWE.
Yeah.
And actually, they just released 2 days ago the biography.
We're going to watch it this weekend.
Me and the boys have watched about half of it. When I go home, we'll watch the rest of it. And like a lot of it is stuff I've already have known.
Yeah.
But like he's just so good. Like truly.
So that's what I'm hoping if Bray comes back. And I'm not saying interfere in the match. Like I hate to say it, but
I'm saying interfere. I'm telling him to destroy everything.
Have Brock win. Because we know if you go, if you get involved in Brock, I just let Brock win and have him go away for a while. I like new Brock, but it's gotten old.
I would say have Cody win. Brock go away for a while, and as Cody's, basking in his victory, then you have.
Yeah, but Cody used the term the other day, hard times. So if he lost, he's still he's still dealing with these hard times.
Yep.
But then of all people to come back and mess with him, Bray,
of all people,
to make it even more of a hard time. Right. I think that would be, honestly, I think that would be better than him winning. Let Brock have the whatever, blah, 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 and let Brock go on his merry way of, doing whatever he does in places he goes and lives in the middle of nowhere. But if, have Cody lose and just
unknown.
Have him be so whatever, and then it all just goes black. And then either something goes on or it just, I wouldn't even want the entrance. I would just want the lights to come on and Bray just in there. Not the Fiend, not what's his face there, the masked character, Bray, just Bray, and have him Sister Abigail, boom.
Well, I think we're going to get I guess it'll be like the Funhouse mixed with the old Bray Wyatt family kind of thing.
Yeah,
because they have Bo under contract, and it's been released now. Months ago that Bo was Uncle Howdy the whole time. I think that'll be pretty awesome. And then for the World Heavyweight Championship, Seth freaking Rollins versus Finn Balor. Seth's not losing it. Or if he does,
somehow, some way, it's got to be a setup for Finn to be out of Judgment Day.
Well, One of the ways I think it might happen is Seth is about to pin Finn. Damian comes down, hits Seth, whatever, cashes it in, and wins the championship. And it causes a rift between the two. I don't know if they're going to go for the straight Finn beats Seth, Finn celebrating, Seth comes out, or Damian comes out. And because that would remind me very much of when Seth wrestled Roman for the championship, or Roman wrestled Seth for the championship. Roman won. Dean Ambrose comes out, cashes in. So you had all three members of the Shield as champion within a minute. It was something gnarly like that. But
that would be a good setup. I mean, it would just be...
My money is on Damian Priest is walking out with the World Heavyweight Championship.
I don't know, man. I don't feel like he deserves it.
I don't either. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I
can see the writing on the wall, and that's where it goes. And then we have, honestly, a match I should be super excited about because it's probably going to be a great match, but I probably will go get a beer during this match. And this is Asuka versus Charlotte versus Bianca Belair.
It's, again, I've preached this many times, just me personally. Give other people a chance. Mm-hmm. Stop with the same people. Because there are so many talented wrestlers, both on the male side and the female side,
right,
that deserve that shot instead of the same friggin' people. Not Asuka, because I know she just got it, but Charlotte Flair has won that title in almost the same amount of time as John Cena has won in half the time.
Charlotte's only been there for 6-7 years.
Yeah.
And she has, 15 title reigns?
She's at least, 2 behind Cena. And Cena, it took him to me, it's more impressive when it takes you 20 years to get to that point.
Right.
When you're in it, because to me, all that shows is the only reason why, the big chunk of the reason why you're winning it.
14-time champion.
Yeah. The big reason why you're winning that so many times is because of your last name. And I don't care what anybody says. It's not the 100% all the reason, but that's a good chunk of the reason.
And she's been on the main roster since 2016.
And it's 2023, so 7 years. And you got to remember, she was out. There's a period of time she was out. So if you take, that time away, that's probably, a year or so. So, 6 years of being on the main roster, you're a 14-time champion. John Cena, 20-plus years, 16,
her dad,
So, it's stuff like that where it's you have talented people, or you give it to somebody like Liv and then you take it away after a month.
Right.
Who people really do like her. And, not that people don't like Charlotte, but it's stop beating a dead horse.
Charlotte is the female equivalent to Roman Reigns.
Yes.
And I don't know, she works great as a heel, but when she's been the main heel on and off now for 7 years, it's
old.
Try something new with her.
Are the tag team titles on the line for women? Because those two really need just to lose them.
No, actually.
Oh.
So for Cody and Brock, you say Brock wins.
I say Brock wins and Cody's all meh, and Bray comes out and decimates him. Bless you, sir.
Thank you. Seth versus Finn.
I would like to see Finn win and have it, period.
Okay.
I think if they did that, so now I'm thinking, because my brain works in weird ways because of extracurricular activities. So I'm thinking, you know what, it would be a better setup if Finn won it, and then in a month or two, Priest cashes in on him, and that dissolves Finn out of... I like Finn better by himself. I like old Finn. I just liked him as... I liked his music, And
that could lead up to the Demon Finn against Damian Priest. That would be cool.
The whole Asuka, Charlotte, whatever thing, I
want Asuka to retain.
Yeah, because the other two, it's just old. I mean, I personally kind of to a point with that, I'm like, I don't care. Like you, it'll probably be like, I'm going to go use the bathroom, or I'm going to go purposely find something to do so I don't have to watch this match.
So then we have Ricochet versus Logan Paul. I hate how much I like Logan Paul as a wrestler. Not like his personality or anything. Just he's a damn good wrestler.
He is. He puts on a show, and those two are going to put on a clinic. They are very skilled athletes, which, again, no one would have, I don't think anybody would have ever thought that with Logan Paul. I mean, I know his brother's a blah, 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 whatever, but...
Well, they're both amateur boxers.
Right,
like.
but it's still two different industries. So to see him, that one at the Rumble, I think it was, when they jumped and hit, I mean, that skill, obviously the last one, they botched that spot a little bit through the tables. But no, it's even the back and forths have gone really well. It hasn't been too one-sided or the other. It's been a good mixture of just the promos they've been cutting. Yeah. I'm hoping Ricochet wins just because even though Logan Paul's a good wrestler, I still don't view him as a professional wrestler.
I concur with that statement.
So I know it's going to be an amazing match. I'm just hoping that Ricochet wins it because it's just you're only here for a money thing.
Right.
You're not here because
you're here to put butts in seats.
Yeah, you're not here because you went to school, you were on the indie circuit for 10 years. You're not in WWE.
You didn't stay in Stu Hart's dungeon for 25 years.
Exactly. So, nope, that's who I hope. Ricochet definitely. I hope he wins. And I didn't know this. I saw a thing on Facebook, which I haven't watched Raw, but it was from Raw, that the announcer chick is Ricochet's fiance.
Oh.
Because I guess Logan made a comment about your fiance, the name your fiance would be calling out that night is mine or something like that.
Yeah.
And Ricochet, I think, went after him, but I didn't know that at all.
No, that makes that joke funny.
Yes. So I think, like I said, it's been a good build up. It's gonna be a good match. I'm just hoping that Ricochet wins it.
Yeah, I'm with you with Ricochet. And then we have Gunther versus Drew McIntyre. I've tried to get into this. I just can't stand Gunther.
Gunther needs to lose it, but Drew, it needs to go to somebody else. I would rather see it go to Sheamus than Drew.
I'd rather see Sheamus and Drew put on a program after.
Yeah, that's true.
But
they've kind of done that already,
But I'm okay with that over this Gunther Nazi shit. Is who is it? It's not 1990, and it's not we need to have the Iron Sheik be the bad. People are too smart for that. And it just doesn't.
Plus, he literally came up from NXT and immediately won that title.
Right.
And that's the other thing.
And he's great. He's a big, solid dude. It's just this whole Nazi gimmick thing is just.
Well, and there's again more people that are deserving of it that have been in it for longer that have never even touched that title. There's that too. But no, I'm I don't know. I guess if I had to I'd have to say Drew, but just because I don't want Gunther to have it, but I really don't want Drew to have it. I like Drew, but
this is another one of those matches where it's you could have something better.
Yes.
There. Then in an MMA rules match, which is supposedly Ronda's last match for at least the foreseeable future, her and Shayna Baszler.
I'm hoping, and I said this to my girlfriend, I'm hoping they do let them have a legitimate MMA fight. But again, I'm I don't know if there's but I guess your parent company is now part of whatever. So, maybe you have, I don't know if there's different licenses and all that crap you need for a real fight compared to a performance.
Right.
Obviously injury is real in either side, but I know that, that dude isn't legitimately punching that guy in the face.
Right.
Where over there, I know that dude or chick is legitimately punching the other person in the face. So I don't know. I didn't know if there had to be different permits, licenses, blah, blah, blah.
I'm sure there.
But I kind of spaced that, they're now one company, UFC, whatever. So yeah, I'm hoping it's a real legitimate MMA fight.
That'd be cool.
100%. And I'm not really a fan of either of them, but I
love Ronda.
I hate her, so I really kind of am rooting for Shayna because I
can't stand Shayna.
I don't like either of them, but I don't like Ronda more.
See, I don't get the hate that Ronda gets because Ronda came in, and when Ronda came in, she picked up the sport so naturally. She's a great performer, and there's respect already on her name. Where unlike Logan Paul, there is no respect on his name whatsoever.
Right.
Who like I just said, he's picked it up almost just as fast as Ronda. Ronda's a true warrior, and like she's been pretty dedicated to this company now for the last 4 years, minus the year she took off to have a kid. Like,
yeah, but to me it's 50-50, and half of it she can't do well. She cannot talk.
And that's something that comes over time.
Right, but you still have to have that to get people to sell your character.
Right.
And if you're just not good on the microphone, that's obviously why, when Heyman was really with Lesnar,
right.
You rarely, but when Lesnar talked, you're like, oh my God, shut up, let's let Heyman talk for you. But now he's got this other character, and I'd rather hear him talk
it's only taken Brock 30 years to,
exactly.
to learn how to use the mic.
But there are some people that just, you can have the ability to wrestle, and she just doesn't have, like, her microphone skills are just garbage.
I agree.
And it's hard for me to be like, I can't get into your character. And then she doesn't have a lot in her bag of tricks. And I think that, too, it's just kind of like your normal wrestling match. And then she puts you in an arm bar, and then it's over.
Weren't Becky and Trish supposed to wrestle at SummerSlam?
No. So I think so, but something went on, and I saw that, I think today, that got moved to a different date.
That's horseshit.
For some reason, I don't know why I want to say this. Maybe the show that's going to be in Canada? Isn't that where Trish is from?
Yeah.
But I did see somewhere that was not happening at SummerSlam. I think I just saw it this morning.
It definitely is not. And then, before we get into the main thing we're going to talk about, on the July 20th episode of SmackDown, it was announced that a SummerSlam Battle Royale would take place at the event and would feature male wrestlers from both Raw and SmackDown. After an argument between Sheamus and LA Knight, Adam Pearce named those two as the first two entrants. We have no idea what this Battle Royale is for. How
many people are in it? Is it 20 people, 30 people? Is it the whole roster? Like, they have literally been like, we're doing a Battle Royal. And Sheamus and LA Knight are like the first two are announcing to be in it.
And we know it's not the Andre the Giant Memorial one. They're doing a battle, I don't know. If anybody has any idea what the Battle Royale is for, just let us know.
I don't even have speculation or like, oh man, I hope it's for this, because there's just really nothing.
Idea.
I did read somewhere too that they kind of threw the whole draft thing out the window again.
I'm okay with that. Yes, Complex, I can kind of tell you're a little bit pissy right now. It's okay, buddy. We're going to go into one more commercial, and then we will talk about the main event.
Be a wrestler? How about a referee? Be a manager? Or a valet? Come down to UWE. This is where it's at. Hi, I'm Craig Palmer, owner of UWE.
Yes, and I'm head trainer Ben Hameen. And that's right, infidels. Come on down to Upstate Wrestling Entertainment and train with the best in professional wrestling today.
Right.
These idiots right here. Craig, set them free. Let's go.
UWE.
So, which is fantastic, because again, as they said in there, it's more than just being a wrestler, ref, manager, whatever. We do, though, and we talked about this in the chat, and I feel like we could talk about this, I'm hoping. We did have an update on Bobby Bates.
Oh, how's Bobby doing?
Not great.
Oh.
I think today, actually, he had to have surgery. I'm trying to remember if I remember the numbers correctly. I want to say it was like 1 ACL tear and 2. Is it MCL?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
one or
the other. But yes, I believe he has surgery today, and unfortunately will be on the shelf for at least 9 months.
Sheesh.
I just remember, because in that, I love that where he's holding that dude's head. That Bobby's just great, but that other guy, like. He either is just damn good at it, or man, he was legitimately scared shitless of Bobby just holding his face. But that is, at the last show, Bobby took a spill outside the ring.
Hello.
And yeah, kind of, and it happens in that business, to everybody. It's just, unfortunately a fluke. You just don't land right and something goes on. But that is the update on him. I believe, like I said, today, I think was his surgery.
Well,
and then he'll be out for at least 9 months.
All our best wishes.
Yes, absolutely. We'll send Garrett your way to, if you need help. I don't know if you need sponge baths, something like that.
He's got to do something while he's in hiding.
Yeah, exactly. So, so not to stray off of SummerSlam, but I just thought of that and wanted to throw it out there for people.
The last thing that we have to talk about is the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, versus his cousin Jey Uso in a tribal combat.
No disqualifications, no whatever, which leaves the door open for everything.
So we'll go right into it. There's been a lot of rumors about this. And the biggest rumor that seemed in it, all these big pay-per-views, they always kind of, The Rock's going to be there. But I think this one has a little bit more weight to it because right now Hollywood is essentially shut down.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the original plan for this past WrestleMania was supposed to be The Rock versus Roman Reigns.
Yep.
See who the real tribal chief is. Very similar to what the storyline is going with Jey and Roman right now. And from what I had understood, The Rock was signed on to do a movie, and he couldn't get...
Right.
Or it was in his contract that he couldn't do any wrestling. So therefore, that's why. So that's the big rumor that either The Rock... the way I would like to see it play out would be The Rock would show up, cost Roman the titles, Jey would become the tribal chief, and you would essentially spend the next 6 months leading up to Mania for the, give Roman a little break.
Yeah. We're all sick of Roman.
Well, yeah, but he's essentially gone on for 3.5 years nonstop.
Yeah, but there's a lot of time where he was just not there.
Right.
He kind of Brock Lesnar'd it up for a bit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get what you're saying, but there was time where it was like, I haven't seen Roman in 3 weeks. And
have him come back at Rumble.
Yep.
And start his campaign to either take Jey out or Jey and The Rock out and go that route. That's how I would like to see it play out. For The Rock to show up at all would be amazing.
I mean, there's numerous things that I would like to see. Or be like, hey, that'd be crazy to see. Say The Rock got involved and cost, Roman and Jey wins it, and The Rock goes in to celebrate with him, Rock bottoms him, I'm the real tribal chief, bitch.
I'm cool with that, too.
Or, and this can go two ways. Jimmy comes back, helps Jey, blah, blah, blah. Or, Jimmy comes back, screws Jey. Something a little different.
Or, Sammy comes out and helps Jey.
True.
And then the Usos are reunited.
Because, I think Kevin's hurt.
I think Kevin did.
Legit.
Yep.
So obviously, hopefully it's a short injury and they don't have to hand over the titles because that would really suck because I've been enjoying them honestly a lot, just the stuff they've been doing on Raw and
any program they do together.
Yeah, is just amazing.
Whether it's as foes or as partners is always just great.
So that's what I'm kind of hoping to see. Either way, I just somehow, some way, Roman needs to go away for a while. He just needs to go away. Let the focus be on other, stuff going on, other people.
So you're putting your money on Jey winning?
I would like to see him win.
Jey.
But obviously, we know that Solo's going to get
fight.
involved some way or another.
Well, I see if Roman loses, Roman says something to Solo, get him, and Solo looks at him and then gives him the Samoan spike because you're no longer his tribal team.
Or The Rock doesn't come at all, and Solo's the one that just
decimates,
screws Roman. And I mean, I hope The Rock does, but it's it's one of those.
Watch us be completely wrong, and Damian Priest comes in, cashes out, and takes Roman's titles.
Or Rikishi comes down.
Well, that's what's supposed to be on. Was that on Raw, or was that supposed to be on SmackDown?
Probably SmackDown.
I think they're going to do something Friday, like in regards to.
It would just be nice to have Rikishi stinkface Roman.
Stop picking on my kids. Eat my ass.
Stop telling my one kid what to do and picking on my other two.
Yeah. Actually, both Solo's his kid too.
Oh yeah.
Stop telling two of my kids what to do and picking on my other one.
Yeah.
You bully the bulls.
You bully. You big bully. So yeah, I mean, there's so many ways it could go. And watch, we're gonna do the show afterwards and be like, well, that went nothing like we thought it was going to.
I'll play the clip of what we said and how it completely opposite.
How it really happened. So is that it? Is that SummerSlam?
That's SummerSlam. That's
So
the show.
be looking for the stud out there in the crowd somewhere.
I'll be wearing Cody Rhodes.
You should make a sign that just says like "Hi Todd" or Wrestle Fandom Radio or something of that nature.
That's actually not a bad idea.
And then I could be like, "There's Joe," because if Hardcam's going to kind of be facing,
that's what I'm thinking.
Then if you have some sort of sign, like get a banner, be like, "Hey, 4 people down, hold this."
Hi Todd.
I'd be like, "Joe,"
or fuck Garrett.
Let Garrett fight in like a 10-foot banner.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Hashtag let Garrett fight.
Yes.
There's one thing I did want to mention about AEW that has been annoying me more lately. Is their use of the WWE shock factor. And it just happens too much.
Right.
So recently I saw a clip because I don't have cable, so I can't even watch AEW because they don't have it on anything yet.
I will have a GoFundMe page to help Todd get cable.
I don't want cable. There's nothing on it. There is something got trademarked called AEW Plus that I believe is going to be their streaming service. Correct. But so Collision, like we've talked, is basically the CM Punk show.
Yep.
So he took the title out of the bag the other night and spray painted it with an X. Straight edge, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be him and Ricky Starks. So Punk said something about, getting a special guest referee for it. And Ricky Starks like, oh, do this, do that. Call your friends in Stamford. And of course, the crowd's like, ooh, stop. Fucking stop. Because you know what? Like, it's not a shock factor anymore. It's stupid. And Punk has had no association with that company in so long. Now, Cody Rhodes, when it was brought up originally, when he first came back to Raw and it was mentioned once or twice, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. You left this company to go to this company and start this company. Then you left the company you started to come back to the company you left. You can throw little jabs out there like that. You like that? Yep.
I'm still trying to process it right now.
But it was just stupid, and in the end, the special guest referee is going to be Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Cool. You didn't need to go Stanford to get blah, blah, blah. And I was like,
angry.
It's old. You know what? Come up with something more creative than going after your competitor when they literally say nothing about you.
Every once in a blue moon.
But it's rare. It's more. Yeah. It happens more on AEW than it does on WWE.
100%.
The other thing I have to say, and I don't, MJF is one of the best characters I have seen in a very long time. I don't know if you've seen recently what he's been doing.
Yes.
He's now with Adam Cole.
Yes.
But now he's like complete face.
Oh, yeah.
Taking pictures with kids in the crowd, being happy. And I'm like, I like this. Now, will you change eventually? Yeah, I guarantee you'll go back to the arrogant,
for
whatever,
him to have
blah, blah, blah.
have the versatility to do that. Like,
yes.
He's such a talent, and he's going to whatever company he ends up with, he's going to be no pun intended, a pillar
Yes.
of that company.
Oh, absolutely.
Without a doubt.
So I have no, I've noticed that clips I see online. I'm like, and I've never, I've always kind of liked Adam Cole or whatever, but they do make a good tag team.
I love it.
They just went against FTR, I think, last week or something, and they lost, but you know what? Looked like it was a killer match. And I also didn't learn until recently that, Jungle Boy was, I'm sorry, Jack Perry.
Thank you.
Was, What's-His-Face's son.
You didn't know he was Luke Perry's son?
Not until like a
that
month
was like
ago.
the whole thing about him, like AEW. Was like, holy shit, Luke Perry's son is Tarzan in AEW. Like,
yeah, nope, never.
Yeah, they look identical to him.
Yeah, but I never would have, looked at him and been like, wow, he looks like Luke Perry. Like maybe they're related. Like I just never would have guessed
That's
it.
hysterical.
And that's cool. Like that's such a different thing,
right?
Than what his father did. I used to watch Beverly Hills 90210.
Okay. Well, I was going to say be Archie's dad. He's Archie's dad on Riverdale.
I didn't.
He's Fred Andrews.
Watch that.
We're going through it now.
Oh, okay.
So, once again, thank you to 16 Stone Brewpub, house, place.
I wonder if I could ever start a company with him and call it 16 Stoned Dispensary.
Or Joseph Stoned Dispensary. And if you need anything screen printed, where do we go?
Fred, Seasonal Sports, 215 Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro.
And if we decide we want to start training to be wrestlers, where would we go?
Or refs or managers.
Or
UWE.
valets. Or
valets. Bin means personal bitch. You go to UWE. And you know what? If you're going to learn from anybody, Bin is the person to learn from.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Maybe that's what Garrett's been doing to try to protect himself.
I know.
He's still a little bitch.
Yeah.
It's Joseph Stones.
It's Todd.
Garrett's a bitch.